So this was maybe one of the hardest trophies to get in the
And welcome to season number 98, Run It Back. I am S0DEN, and we have another episode of Run It Back here. Happy Sunday morning to you guys. Soden Bowl season number 98 is absolutely breezing by right now. Don't blink or you'll miss it. It'll be over. We have a few things to go over. One thing I want to take a look at is we are in week number 6 right now. And with that being said, I want to take a look at some of the standings, well, at least our top divisions here. So our top divisions, in the AFC East is the top AFC division in my opinion. Now, some of you guys might feel a little different. Welcome to the chat, Mr. Hoyt. Who do you guys think is the top divisions? One in the AFC, one in the NFC. To me, this AFC East is electric here. You have the 4-1 Buffalo Bills led by Rev. Then you have 4-1 Uraz Dolphins. He lost on a primetime matchup last week to the New York Jets. I'm sure Jay Wood's not going to ever let him live that down well, at least until the next time these two guys play. And then you have the number 3 team in the division, Jay Wood 13-13, takes over a struggling Jets team and is winning games. At 2-2, and then you have S0DEN coming over from the Chicago Bears, takes over the defending AFC champion New England Patriots. He also is at 2-2. He's had a couple of impressive wins this season. Lost in a close game to the Dolphins. Beat the Packers, which was a bit of an upset to me. And then he took down the Hall of Fame head coach S0DEN and his struggling Minnesota Vikings, which we will get to here shortly. But looking at these two guys, you have the back Spencer with the Miami Dolphins. He's having another electric season. And then Zay Jones of the Buffalo Bills, maybe the best wide receiver in that division, and the Patriots have Adam Thielen. So, to me, that this division here in the AFC East, Hoyt says NFC North by far. I'd like to remind you, Hoyt, you were actually in the South. Don't listen to Jay Cork. So, moving in to the NFC. the NFC, to me, the NFC East by far is the best division in the NFC. You have King Booker playing lights out football again. My nemesis in the playoffs. He's knocked me out twice in a row in the NFC playoffs. Absolutely love playing this kid. He's got great skills. He is 5-0 with the Dallas Cowboys. And then you have number 1 draft pick, had a rebound season last year, and he looks great. He's got his Washington Redskins poised for another playoff run, potential NFC East division title. We may actually end up with 3 teams coming out of this division for playoffs. And then you have Wyrock's Philadelphia Eagles at 3-2, another fantastic owner. And then you have the New York Giants, player Yan R2. He's going to turn this thing around. He's got a lot of close games. He's just not coming out on the winning side of them. He doesn't have that great of a roster, but he's turning it around. He's going to get that ship righted for the New York Giants. It doesn't help that he's in the toughest division in the NFC. So to me, that is probably the story there is, just a tough division for them. But then moving in, we're going to move into another story here. It looks like the Browns and the Buccaneers are going to get ready to kick off, so we'll catch some action following up on this broadcast. If you guys have any questions about the status of the league, go ahead and post them in the YouTube chat. I'll go ahead and answer them while we can. We have, of course, bad news sells, right? Well, there's no worse news right now in the league than the Minnesota Vikings led by Hall of Fame head coach S0DEN. S0DEN is still struggling with this Minnesota Vikings team. To me, this player right here needs to step up and have a big season to open up this offense for Mr. S0DEN. You have Stephon Diggs, the superstar wide receiver. He is now a 95 overall for the Minnesota Vikings. He does have 14 or so receptions, but to me, this guy needs to go over 1,000 yards. He needs to be a Pro Bowl receiver for the Minnesota Vikings. That will open up the run game as Christian McCaffrey is coming back from injury here in the next couple weeks. So they get McCaffrey back, they have Howard at running back, and they have Jared Goff at quarterback, who is like a 92 overall right now. To me, this 0-5 Minnesota Vikings team, who has one of the better offensive lines in football and a really good defense to boot, they need to do a better job of moving the ball downfield. And this guy right here, Stephon Diggs, needs to do a better job of getting open. He has like 5 or 6 drops on the season. You got to come down with those. When you're the number 1 featured wide receiver in a talented division that you have the Chicago Bears, who are absolutely running through competition on a weekly basis in your division. And then you have the Green Bay Packers, somebody that Mr. Hoyt just gave a shout out, go Pack Go, in that same division, led by Billy Hoyle 31. You have to win your games. You have to get it done. Stephon Diggs, you have to do a better job of holding on to the football so the Minnesota Vikings can right this Viking ship and turn this season around. Speaking of the NFC North, the King, Mr. Wakanda, he's won like 780 games in a row or something like that. He finally lost a game last week. King Booker took him down. King Booker, he is playing probably the best football right now in the league, in my opinion. If there was a power ranking out right now, I'd have him at 1 and 2. But King of Wakanda, he's doing a great job with Kennedy, somebody that we all laughed at when he picked him. Well, some of us laughed at him. If you pay attention to Wakanda's spotlight on our website, sodenbowl.com, you look at the spotlight link in the menu, he outlines in great detail just about every rookie that's going to go in the top 32 picks. One of them was the quarterback, and oh, by the way, he drafted him. And he ended up with a superstar ability right out of the combine, right into the draft. On his team, the instant he hit sign or draft or whatever button it is, he had a superstar quarterback. That's pretty freaking awesome. And you look at how he's doing with the Chicago Bears. Now, mind you, he had the Houston Texans last year in an absolutely loaded AFC. He moves into the NFC, into a division that was okay. I mean, they signed Billy Hoyle. They signed Billy Hoyle, 31, to the Green Bay Packers. He was the life of that division. Won that division at like 9-7, I think. Enter King of Wakanda, and I don't think he's going to lose 7 games combined from now until Madden 21 with those Chicago Bears. So King of Wakanda getting it done. Hoyle, very good position with the Green Bay Packers. And then you have the winless Detroit Lions and the winless Minnesota Vikings. So these two guys got to step it up. Mr. Hoyt says, this is ridiculous. Guess he is chopped liver. Well, speaking of ridiculous, and I'm glad you just plugged that, Mr. Hoyt, we're going to get an opportunity to see you on Monday Night Football, broadcasted by CMG, starting at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You have the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Hoyt, going into Tennessee. He is 4-0 with the Houston Texans. We all know Hoyt is good. Everybody in the league knows Hoyt is good. He's like the Kylo Ren of the league. Except now he's in Kylo's division. So we have both of them there. And we have a divisional matchup here with Mr. Timbo. Somebody who also has very good stick skills. Mr. Timbo and his Timbo's Titans at 2-3. He's turning this ship around in Tennessee, and he's putting up some good numbers and turning this roster around. Now, we have Marcus Mariota on the graphic, but to me, that Tennessee Titans team revolves around Derrick Henry, the superstar X Factor, 97 overall halfback. It needs to get on the ground and going versus probably the best offense in Soden Bowl right now, the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans can kill you on the ground. I mean, there are home run hitters everywhere on this team. You have 2 superstar X-Factor wide receivers in DeAndre Hopkins and Fuller's blazing speed. You blink and he's gone. Then you have Kareem Hunt at running back. Kareem Hunt has like 5 or 6 runs of over 60 yards this year. We broadcast one game with Mr. Hoyt, and he scored on 3 straight possessions of plays over 70 yards. So remember that when you're watching this game coming up versus a very good Tennessee Titans defense. Will that defense be able to stop the big home run ability of the Houston Texans? Well, our buddies over at CMG Broadcast will have the broadcast, so we'll be able to enjoy this one in Monday Night Football again, 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. CMG will have the call. It'll be broadcast on Twitch. He'll have that link all over the place on Twitter, so make sure you keep an eye on social media, mainly Twitter. And our good friends over at CMG Broadcasting will be putting this one on at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday Night Football. T. Hoyt 51 traveling to, they call him Timbo, the Texans and the Titans. That should be a fantastic matchup. I personally can't wait for that one. So to me, that's a pretty big game, divisional matchup. We're going to move it right back in here. There you go. And we're going to check on the status of this game that's going on. Now, I don't have any graphics for the game. I didn't plan on this game going down, so we're going to do this old school if they are ready. Packers and Skins are also kicking off now too. So let me see if I can pull both of these games up here. See what we have going on. If you guys have any other chats, or any other questions or comments, make sure you post them in the chat. All right, so we have both games going now. All right, so I'm going to mute that one. We're going to go ahead and move into this game here. All right, that should move it in for you. Let me give you some sound.
Ready? Let's go, lady. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike 53. Tommy.
Well, we do have a graphic. The wrong team's in there, but that's okay.
Check back. Let's go.
And we're going to pick this game up in the first quarter. The reigning Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers, led by Eat More Chicken. Ignore the graphic on the bottom of the screen. I didn't have time to get that graphic going for you, but we'll throw a little plug to Jay Wood and Ura at the bottom. And the defending Super Bowl champions on their first drive of the game have the ball down to the 15-yard line. Battle of the Soden Big Nasties going at it. I formation, Winston under center. Defense with that single safety high. The Browns love to flood the box. And Allstott putting his head down, getting a yard. That'll bring up a 3rd down in inches for the defending Super Bowl champion, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'd like to welcome an old friend back to the league. Lurk God 201 takes over the Kansas City Chiefs, and he has an epic matchup this week as he will face the Arizona Cardinals, led by Triple Aries, who have 1 loss. And Jones gets around the edge and a 1st down. Bouncing it to the outside, 36 yards on 5 carries on the opening drive. Week number 6, season number 98 Soden Bowl. I am S0DEN. This is the Soden Bowl Network. We have a quick out to Evans. Dangerous throw. Second down and goal from the 5. Winston under center. Eat More Chicken with the football. The defending Super Bowl champ. And Allstott is into the end zone for a touchdown. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers strike first blood as they will take the lead 7-0 here in week number 6. We're going to go ahead and mute that. We're going to pop into the other game here.
Go terrific on the first one.
Now they have the commentator on in this one, so I'm going to have to try to talk over him a little bit. I'm going to turn him down a little. And we have Billy Hoyle, 31's Green Bay Packers, going up against number 1 draft picks, Washington Redskins. And we have a 6-0 Redskin lead. Number 1 draft pick. We showed him in the graphic earlier. At 4-1, just 1 game out of first place in that NFC East. Both these teams were playoff teams in season number 97. Dyson from the gun, the superstar X Factor Jones in the backfield. Dyson, he's going to get hit as he throws a dangerous throw down the sideline, but it is caught. The running back leaps up and does his best Randy Moss impersonation as he leaps up and makes the reception. A big 1st down for the Green Bay Packers. Billy Hoyle on the move up to the 40-yard line, and Jones is stuffed in the backfield. This Redskins defense ranked 4th last season in yards allowed. A very good defense that can run sideline to sideline. You have to keep an eye on Sweat, the defensive end who gets the sack on cue. I'm sorry, that is Ioannidis with the sack. 3rd down and 22. Dyson from the gun. Play clock ticking down. Dyson to throw. Great protection. Hit as he throws, going down the seam for Gronk, and it is intercepted. And that is a turnover.
Trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there. I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said,
And a dangerous throw completed to Richardson Jr., And the Redskins are on the move on the heels of the turnover. Dyson only has 1 touchdown on the season and like 15 interceptions.
6-0 our score after 1.
And there it is. Aaron Rodgers, the superstar X Factor, in a Washington Redskins uniform traded from the New York Jets. And he's going to give the ball to Love, who is upended in the backfield. Great tackle by the Green Bay Packers defensive tackle.
3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Brings up a 2nd down and 13. If you're just joining us, ignore the graphic at the bottom. 2 games started. We didn't even know they were starting, so we're just going to pick them up and broadcast them anyways. And a nice pitch and catch to Newkirk as Rodgers is now 5 of 7 for 54 yards.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was...
Rodgers from the gun, 3rd down and 7 to throw. Good protection for Rodgers as he shuffles to the left and throws it incomplete. That's going to bring up a punting situation as we're going to flip it back into the other game right now. And you have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers held to a punt. The Cleveland Browns are going to get great field position as Fletcher is trying to get around the end. And the Cleveland Browns will take over on their own 41-yard line, down 7-0 here in the second quarter, week number 6, season number 98, Soden Bowl. Now, 1st down and 10 up to the 48-yard line. Mayfield under center. The Browns are one of the more explosive offenses in the league. And Mayfield's going to go down. Abbott on the sack. That's going to push him back across midfield to the 43-yard line and a 2nd down and 19. As the Bucs will show blitz here. Everybody up on the line. Mayfield under center. They're going to give the ball to Johnson, going up the middle and up to the 50. 12 yards running on 3 carries. Devin White with the tackle for the Bucs. Mayfield on a 3rd down and 12 from the gun. The blitz picked up, good protection. Mayfield retreating all the way back to his 35-yard line, and he is sacked all the way back to the 36-yard line, and the Cleveland Browns will have to punt. The Browns get the punt away, angling it to the sideline. Miller will take it, but he doesn't get much, as the Buccaneers will take over on their own 15-yard line, leading 7-0 with 5.5 minutes left in the second quarter. For those of you joining us watching Run It Back, I am S0DEN. We had a couple games kick off at the end of our broadcast of Run It Back, so we're going to pick it up and finish out the broadcast of these 2 games. As in this one, we have the Cleveland Browns, Coach Brapp, traveling to the defending Soden Bowl champion, Eat More Chickens, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And in our other broadcast, we have the Washington Redskins, #1 draft pick, going up against the Green Bay Packers, Coach Billy Hoyle, 2 playoff teams on the NFC side. Jameis Winston, 3 of 3 for 30 yards, as that'll bring up a 3rd down and 4.
Ready? Black, 51 to mine. Get your swarm on. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Winston from the gun. Jones in the backfield with him. Blitz coming off the edge. Hit as he throws, but a great route by Godwin, and that is a 1st down. Winston absolutely lit up as he let that ball go. Godwin with a beautiful cut as the Buccaneers move the ball up to the 33-yard line. The give is to Jones going up the middle, and he's going to get nothing. Great defensive pursuit. Just under 4 minutes left to play in the first half.
Ready, blue ready. 51, Mike, 51. Here we go.
And Allstott with the carry. That is a gain of 3. We'll bring up a 3rd down and 7.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and ready. 7. White 25. Watch out, watch out. Let's go, let's convert.
Winston from the gun, 3rd down and 7. He's going to throw an out route to Godwin, but he is short. That'll bring up a 4th down as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are forced to punt. And we're going to go ahead and move it into the other game here. Let's check on what's going on here in the NFC matchup of 2 playoff teams last season. Green Bay Packers with the ball. Dyson from the gun. 3rd down and 4, and down he goes. That is the before-mentioned Montez Sweat with the sack. That is a 4th down and 12 as the Green Bay Packers are forced to punt. We'll go ahead and watch the punt, then we'll check it in on the other side. Actually, we'll stay here as there is 2 minutes left until halftime. We'll watch the Washington Redskins, who lead 6-0 in a low-scoring defensive affair. Superstar X-Factor Aaron Rodgers with the Washington Redskins gives it to Geis up the middle, a nice hole. Washington playing it a little conservative here. Plenty of time left until halftime. They probably want to ensure this is the last drive of the first half as Rodgers will come under center again. The give is to Geis going up the middle, and he has a 1st down.
The 31-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation.
Clock continuing to run. Both teams with all 3 timeouts. 1:12 left. Rodgers in the gun, loving the backfield with him. Defense pressing the receivers at the line. Rodgers to throw on 1st down. Great protection. Throws into coverage, and that is intercepted. Great user interception by Billy Hoyle as he lays out and makes a diving interception. And the young quarterback Dyson will take over from midfield, from the gun, to throw. 59 seconds left until half. Hit as he throws and taken down. Blair with the sack. And Green Bay is forced to use one of their 3 timeouts here as they are pushed back to their own 42-yard line. Just 52 seconds left until halftime. Dyson with both backs in the backfield to throw. 2nd and 19. Blitz up the middle. Hit as he throws, but has a wide open Scantling. Great job of standing in the pocket, taking the hit and delivering a strike. Brings up a 3rd down and 7. Dyson to throw. Pressure again in his face. This time, Scantling cannot hang on to the ball. And that brings up a 4th down and 7 with 23 seconds left until halftime. They're going to go ahead and attempt a long field goal here. Buchanan to kick it on the other side of the 50. That is short, and the Redskins are going to field the ball. 18 seconds left. Love has the football, trying to get around the end. And not a good idea. If he lets it go, they have the ball on the other side of the 50. Instead, it's just as good as a punt. Hill from the gun. And he's going to throw. Had a wide open receiver, but overthrew him.
They trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now.
Rodgers back in the game after that throw by Hill. And we have a screen developing to the left side. He's going to flip it out to Love, who cuts it back, but the defense is there. That is going to bring us to halftime here in week number 6, season number 98, Soden Bowl. This one here is the Washington Redskins at the Green Bay Packers. We're going to flip it back into this other game. We have the defending Soden Bowl champion, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, hosting the Cleveland Browns, and we're going deep, and it's intercepted, but there is a flag on the play. And the play is going to stand. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers with the turnover, leading 14-0 with 57 seconds left until half. They're going to give the ball to Jones the second, a big hole, cuts it back up the middle, and he's off to the races. Nobody is going to catch Jones to the 10-5 touchdown Buccaneers. The defending champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers extend their lead 20-0 here in week number 6. That extra point is up, and it is good. It is now a 21-0 lead. One play, 81 yards off of the turnover. Baker Mayfield floating one down that right side was intercepted. And the Bucs go right down the field on one play. The Bucs were missing Jones last season and still won the Super Bowl. Gets the superstar running back this season, and he is off to an electric start. Baker Mayfield and company with 46 seconds left in the half, trying to get back into this game. From the gun. Mayfield back to throw. He's going to get sacked, taken down. Hand with the sack. And the clock continues to run as they are pushed back to the 18-yard line. Back out in the gun, Mayfield trips to the left. Chickens using the safety on that left side, McGee. Mayfield to throw. A deep drop back. He checks it down to Devontae Adams. 11 seconds left in the half. 3rd down and 11. X Factor enabled for the Bucs on the cornerback position on that right side. Mayfield to throw, 3rd and 11. He's going to heave the ball deep. Double coverage. And knocked away a user swat. Mayfield just 4 of 8. 55 yards and 2 interceptions. And he does not get the fair catch and drilled on the play. That's going to take us to halftime. We're going to move back into the other game here. We're going to flip over and check out what's going on here. Let me give you a little bit of sound.
Oh man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum.
As the Green Bay Packers have tied the game at 6. To start the second half, Aaron Rodgers on 3rd down and 9, looking over the middle, and a big reception by McDonald. A lot of bodies in the area as Rodgers threads the needle. And the Redskins are on the move. Rodgers under center, single back formation. They're going to give the ball to Geis, trying to go to the left side. That is 39 yards on 4 carries. 2nd down and 8. Both teams locked at 6. Single back formation, Geis in the backfield to give to Geis, trying to go up the middle, but the Packers are waiting for him. That is a loss of 2. 3rd down and 10.
And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
Rodgers from the gun, both backs in the backfield with him to throw on 3rd and 10. Good protection. All day to throw, and he's taken down. Clark with the sack. Aaron Rodgers was back there for what felt like an eternity.
And we say it all the time.
And they push him back to the 43, making a very long 60-yard field goal attempt. 13-mile-an-hour winds at his back. That kick is up and bounces off the crossbar and in. A 60-yard field goal.
I don't know, 15 times in NFL history that will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And number 1 draft pick takes the lead 9-6.
He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline.
As Dyson and company will take over, under center, single back formation, superstar X Factor Jones in the game. They give the ball to Jones, trying to get to the outside, and he cannot. 10 carries, 86 yards for Jones, but he loses 2. Brings up a 2nd down and 12 from their own 23-yard line as they now trail 9-6 here in the 3rd quarter. Dyson, empty formation. Defense showing blitz. They do. Blitzing off the edge. It's picked up nicely. Throws a comeback pass to Gronkowski. But I don't think he got a single yard on that play. I'll bring up a 3rd down and 12. Defense again showing pressure on the right side. Dyson to throw. Here comes the pressure. It's picked up. He's hucks it deep to McCall, and he has the reception. All the way into Redskin territory up to the 36-yard line. Great job of identifying the pressure and finding the open receiver. Dyson, the give to Jones, almost gets through the middle there as the Redskins brought the safety down into the box and missed. 2nd and 7 from the 33-yard line. Dyson from the gun. Watch for Montez Sweat on that right side. He's being usured by number 1 draft pick. Actually drops him back into coverage, a shallow zone. Going for the end zone, a jump ball and knocked away. Double covered on the outside. A 50-50 ball. 3rd down and 7. Defense showing pressure. Dyson from the gun, empty formation. They drop back out of the blitz. He throws it over the middle. And Blair comes down with it. A nice job of holding on to the football. Dyson to Byers for a gain of 21. Puts him in the red zone. 1st down and 10 from the Redskin 13-yard line. They're going to give the ball to Jones. And he is knocked backwards. Loss of 3. 2nd down and 13. From the Redskins 16-yard line. Dyson under center. He's going to give the ball to Jones, but the defense is there. And Jones is down, holding his chest. Dyson, empty formation. We'll keep an eye on Jones, see what's going on with the injury. Dyson's going to get taken down as he drops back. A 15-yard drop back, and Montez Sweat with his 2nd sack of the game. The 5th sack for the Redskins defense in this game, as Buchanan's going to attempt the field goal, ball spotted on the 39-yard line. This will be a 49-yard attempt, as the defense almost jumps off sides on the left side. And that kick is up, and it is good. We have a tie game in Green Bay. Bruce Sternum, I'm being told, for Jones, and he will not return. That's a big injury for a run-heavy Packers team. As they shank it out of bounds, a mental mistake by Buchanan. And the Washington Redskins will take over with outstanding field position on their own 40-yard line. Rodgers under center, trips to the right. A bunch formation as the defense is shifting left now. They're going to give the ball, trying to go to the right is Geis in a nice hole and a good gain up to the 46-yard line, gain of 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference as we
Rodgers under center. Again, that same bunch formation. Geis is in the backfield. Rodgers to throw. They blitz coming. He gets rid of it. Has a man down the sideline. McLaurin has it, and McLaurin will score. Touchdown Redskins. A 62-yard pass. McLaurin's third touchdown on the season. 2 plays, 60 yards in 37 seconds, and Aaron Rodgers makes the defense pay as the Washington Redskins regain the lead 16-9 with 7 minutes and 19 seconds left in the game. Byers will get it up, and Byers is off to the races. Down the sidelines is Byers. One man to beat, and a saving tackle. But the damage is done as the Green Bay Packers return it all the way down to the Redskin 26-yard line. Dyson, empty formation. Watch for Gronk in the slot on that right side. Montez Sweat's X-Factor enabled. He's on that right side of the defensive line. Dyson going for the end zone, and it's intercepted. Picked off in the end zone. It is a touchback. Epke on the interception.
completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player.
As Rodgers will take over from his 20-yard line, a big turnover.
So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sideline,
The give is to Geis. Elects to go to the outside instead of through the hole, and I think that's going to hurt him a little bit, but he does gain 4.
4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here.
Rodgers again under center. 2 tight ends on the field. Geis in the backfield.
definitely you want to bleed things out at this point.
Rodgers to throw, 2nd and 6. Good protection. He's going over the middle. He has Swift for a first down up to the 48-yard line. 10 of 16, 168 yards for Aaron Rodgers as the Redskins now eclipse the 200-yard mark. 156 yards of it through the air. That is Swift's first reception of the game for 24 yards. Rodgers to throw, has a receiver on that left side. He's going to go to the left. It's McDonald as he gets out of bounds into Packer territory. Up to the 29-yard line. Rodgers X-Factor enabled. Watch for him to take a shot here in the next couple plays as they give it to Geis, who shimmies and shakes his way up to the 21-yard line. 2nd down and 2 as the Washington Redskins are looking to ice this game. Any kind of points here, a field goal or a touchdown is going to make it a 2-score game. And with just 5 minutes left in the game, it's basically a backbreaker as a good defensive stand on Geis will bring up a 3rd down and 2. Defense pressing the receivers and pinching the line. Rodgers from the gun, X-Factor enabled. Throwing over the middle to Newkirk, who has the reception in traffic. And that is a 1st down and goal from the 4-yard line as the clock will continue to run. Just over 4 minutes left in the game. Rodgers under center, Geis in the backfield. 2 tight ends to the right side of the formation. They're going to pitch it out to Geis, trying to get around the end, but he is taken down for a big loss. That is a loss of 6. Pushes the Redskins back to the 10-yard line. Rodgers from the gun, Love in the backfield. Defense pinching and pressing. It's a fake, but Rodgers is thrown down for a loss of 6. Burks with the sack. A 3rd and goal from the 16-yard line on a series that was on the 4 is all the way back to the 16 now on 2 negative plays. Rodgers from the gun trips to the left. Newkirk alone on the right side. Rodgers X-Factor enabled to throw. Looking for the end zone and has an open receiver for a touchdown. Newkirk with a 16-yard pitch and catch as Rodgers makes it look easy, and the Redskins will extend their lead to 23-9 with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the game. We're going to flip it back and see what's going on the other one here. We're going to move in. It's kind of a blowout, but we'll take some plays here as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are leading 35-7 over the Cleveland Browns as they regain possession of the football. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to cruise to another victory here. And the Cleveland Browns playoff hopes are in danger here in week number 6. In a tough AFC North division as the give is to Allstott. The Cleveland Browns are 2-2-1. They're going to fall to 2-3-1. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will move on to 5-0. We still have a whole quarter to play here, but it's highly unlikely the Cleveland Browns are going to come back from a 35-7 deficit. Looking at the Cleveland Browns division, they have the 5-0 Cincinnati Bengals. Desi getting it done in Cleveland or in Cincinnati. Sorry. Then you have Waffle at 4-1 with the Baltimore Ravens. Then you have the before mentioned Cleveland Browns that will fall to 2-3-1. And then you have Sargent's Pittsburgh Steelers at 1-3. So the Browns are going to need a wake-up call if they want to get back into this AFC playoff race, as Chicken completes the ball down to the right side for a first down up into Cleveland territory on the 37-yard line. Looking at the rest of the AFC playoff picture, AFC East, you have the Buffalo Bills and Miami Dolphins, both tied at 4-1. Then going into the AFC South, we have the Monday Night Football matchup tomorrow night, 8:15 p.m. CMG on the broadcast. The undefeated Houston Texans, led by T. Hoyt, 51. They are 5-0 as they will take on the second-place team in the AFC South, division rival Timbo's Titans, who are looking to get back to their winning ways. They are at 2-3. Coach Kylo Ren hugs and kisses out to a surprisingly slow start. The Jaguars are just 1-3 to start the season here in season number 98, Soden Bowl. Then you move into the AFC West. You have Mr. Witness 36's Los Angeles Chargers in first place again this season at 3-1, but followed closely by the 3-2 Oakland Raiders and the 3-2 Kansas City Chiefs, who are now coached by Lurk God 201. As the Chiefs fire their head coach after their second straight loss, Lurk God comes in and takes a very talented Kansas City Chiefs roster. So the playoff race, you have the Houston Texans, number 1 seed. You have the Cincinnati Bengals, the 2 seed. You have the Buffalo Bills, the 3 seed. Los Angeles Chargers, the 4 seed. Then you have the Baltimore Ravens, the 5 seed. And you have Miami Dolphins as the 6th seed. Now, it's only week 6. So you don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
As Baker Mayfield from the gun, going over the middle to Isaac for the reception, the number 1 draft pick.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Isaac out of Florida State with a reception for the Cleveland Browns as Mayfield's trying to make something out of nothing here. Down 38-7. Has an arrow route over the middle, but it's covered brilliantly by Eat More Chicken. Nothing open on the play. If Mayfield lets that go, that's going to be a Lurk interception by Eat More Chicken.
Mike. Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. Point it right.
Mayfield from the gun. He's going to step up. He's going to run. Trying to get to the outside. He does. Gain of 8. So bring up a 3rd down and 2. Good job by Davis tracking down Mayfield and keeping him short of the yard to gain by a couple. 5 minutes left in the game. 3rd down and 2. Mayfield from the gun. Watch for Njoku in the slot on that right side. They're going to give the ball up the middle, and he is stopped short. Johnson just 19 yards as they hurry to the line. They're going to go for it. 4th down and 2 from the 44. Defense in the box looking for the run. Mayfield to throw. He's got an out route to Njoku and a flag on the play. That is holding on the offense. That'll push the Browns back, bring up a 4th down and 12, and they're going to punt the ball. Sherman to punt from the 34. Gets the punt away down the sidelines on the right side and out of bounds on the 19-yard line. That is where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will take over, as we will take a look at the other game, see if it's final. It is close. I think the other one is actually a final. So we're going to end this game here. So White Chicken is driving here. I'm going to turn the volume down just a little bit. White Chicken is driving. We're going to go over the NFC playoff race. It's only week number 6, but it's always fun to look at. The NFC playoff race, well, we're going to go down the divisions first. In the NFC North, you have the 4-1 King of Wakanda, Chicago Bears, leading the way, and the Green Bay Packers at 2-3 are in second place. Moving into the NFC East. Now, we mentioned the NFC East earlier in our broadcast. The Dallas Cowboys at 5-0, and the Washington Redskins at 4-1, as the Redskins will actually move on to 5-1 now, as they beat the Green Bay Packers in our first game of the doubleheader. Then you move into the NFC South. You have Eat More Chicken's Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to cruise to a victory here. They're going to move to 5-0. Behind them, you have the New Orleans Saints at 2-1, and the Atlanta Falcons, Phil's Falcons at 2-3. Then the NFC West, you have a tie in first place. You have the Arizona Cardinals, Triple Aries at 4-1. And then you have my Los Angeles Rams also at 4-1. And the Seahawks and Niners having very disappointing seasons, both teams winless. The 0-5 Seahawks and the 0-4 49ers. So the NFC playoff race right now, the Dallas Cowboys have the 1 seed, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with the 2 seed, the Chicago Bears, King of Wakanda's Bears, with the 3 seed, Triple Aries, and the Arizona Cardinals with the 4 seed, the Los Angeles Rams with the 5 seed, and number 1 draft picks, Washington Redskins, with the final 6th seed in the NFC if the playoffs were to start now in week number 6. Allstott rumbling and stumbling up to the 38-yard line. 14 carries, 68 yards, and a touchdown for Allstott.
On the ready. Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, watch 54, watch 54. I know he ain't got it.
Bortles is going to come out in the victory formation. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to kill the clock here.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 39-yard line.
Down. 10-2 stop. 54. Mike, 54.
And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to move to 5-0. The defending Super Bowl champion Bucks. 5-0 here to start season number 98. The Cleveland Browns are now going to fall to 2-3-1. And their playoff hopes are in jeopardy in a loaded AFC. They are already looking up at the undefeated Cincinnati Bengals and the single-loss Baltimore Ravens. And if they're looking at a wild card, the AFC East is also loaded, as you have both the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins at 4-1. And this is a final. Congratulations to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on their 5th win of the season. And our condolences to the Cleveland Browns, as this is a tough pill to swallow as they are blown out in Tampa Bay. We're going to move it back to the broadcast here. And that is a final in Tampa Bay as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers get it done. I'm going to give you one more shout out here before we let you go on this Sunday. Again, I want to remind you guys that coming up on Monday Night Football, tomorrow night, we will have this game here. Sorry for the pause. Monday Night Football, we will have the Houston Texans, Mr. T. Hoyt 51, his undefeated Texans, traveling into Timbo's Titan country to face the 2-3 Tennessee Titans, who don't sleep on the Titans. The Titans have a rock-solid defense. They have a superstar X-Factor, Derrick Henry. If they can get Henry going and stop the league's big play team in the Houston Texans, they have a shot. Houston Texans, they have 3 home run hitters. With DeAndre Hopkins, you have Fuller, and then they have Kareem Hunt. We broadcast one game a few weeks ago, and they had 3 plays of over 70 yards in one game, spread out between DeAndre Hopkins, Fuller, and Kareem Hunt. So you have to keep an eye on that Houston Texans offense. To me, the Houston Texans have the best offense in the league. And then they go out against a team that can absolutely ground and pound it against you with Derrick Henry and play good defense. So this should be a good matchup. Our friends over at CMG Broadcasting will have the call. 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time should be kickoff. With that being said, I am S0DEN. This has been an episode of Run It Back. Thanks for everybody who tuned in. We'll have another episode next week for you. Again, our broadcast schedule. We have Monday Night Football tomorrow. Then we have Wednesday primetime football with Snipes Television. Then back on the call is Thursday night with Soden Bowl Network. Friday with Forced Fumble and Kylo Ren Hugs and Kisses. And then again, to wrap it all up, Saturday afternoon with Soden Bowl Network and myself, as we will broadcast a few more games for you. So I am S0DEN. Thanks for tuning in. Have a happy Sunday and have a good week next week. Everybody be safe. Later, dudes.